If you've seen the Aquaman comics or played some video games, you'll wonder if there was ever a civilization that existed under the seas. In fact, they may be evidence of a more developed society than any we are familiar with today. Ever since the Greek philosopher Plato mentioned it in his writings, philosophers, explorers, and dreamers have been captivated with the lost city of Atlantis.
Lost civilizations.
Atlantis is a mighty maritime empire that flourished before vanishing into the sea in a single day and night of catastrophe, and was described as a utopia of technological and social progress. With its demise, a society that many saw as a representation of human ambition, both great and flawed, came to an end. Generations have been captivated by Atlantis, leaving us to wonder if this legendary metropolis is real or merely a philosophical symbol.
There used to be an entire continent that's now underwater. Here's what happened to it.
Now, a lot of researchers and archaeologists have searched for the answer to this question, diving deep into both history and myth. But despite each new theory, the question remains at the heart of this timeless enigma. Where is the lost city of Atlantis? Stay with us in this video as we identify the location of this city. Plato is credited with introducing the story of Atlantis in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, which were composed in 360 BCE.
Connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Atlantic Ocean and separates southernmost Spain from northernmost Africa.
Plato said that Atlantis, which lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what is now known as the Strait of Gibraltar, was a huge and potent society.
Okay, this is the Rock of Gibraltar, and I'm standing on a gun emplacement. This is the view across the Mediterranean, and then coming up now, center of the picture.
It was said to be a utopia, a place endowed with strong, independent civilization, sophisticated technology, and fertile farmland. Demigods descended from Poseidon presided over the inhabitants of Atlantis, dividing the territory among themselves to create a thriving empire. According to Plato, the Atlanteans had made tremendous technological advances for their time, such as black and red stone structures and the usage of rare metals. Their technology encompassed crystal and geothermal power, which powered their magnificent cities. Their society was so evolved that it matched the great civilizations of Egypt. They were a formidable military force, ruling large sections of the world with their navy, while farming food and raising animals without relying on trade or outside resources. Atlantis was, in every way, an island paradise until their demise began. Plato claimed that Atlantis became corrupt, devoured by greed and conceit over their great achievements. They wanted greater power and expanded their dominion with growing cruelty. Their arrogance upset the gods, and in a divine act of punishment, the island was swallowed by the sea in a single disastrous day and night. The entire society disappeared, leaving no trace. Plato saw the narrative of Atlantis as more than just a lost city. It was also a cautionary tale about the consequences of human arrogance. Though some historians believe Plato's story was written as an allegory on the philosophical warning about the dangers of hubris, others believe it is based on true events or locations. Atlantis became a symbol of lost greatness, illustrating how even the most brilliant civilizations can fail due to their own shortcomings. This dual nature, both legendary and philosophical, has kept the mystery of Atlantis alive for ages, attracting many explorers to search for its true location. Over the years, numerous beliefs have emerged about the location of Atlantis. Some believe it was inspired by actual locales in the Mediterranean, while others point to the Atlantic Ocean, or even more distant, surprising regions. The interest with uncovering Atlantis has given rise to a variety of intriguing theories, but none have supplied conclusive evidence. One of the most popular ideas locates Atlantis near the Mediterranean, comparing it to the Minoan civilization on the island of Crete, which was devastated around 1500 BCE by the eruption of the Thera volcano on the nearby island of Santorini. The Minoans, like Atlantis, possessed sophisticated architecture and a solid naval force. The eruption triggered a sequence of earthquakes and tsunamis that decimated their towns, drawing parallels with Plato's depiction of Atlantis. However, one major issue is that Santorini is located in the Aegean Sea, not beyond the Pillars of Hercules as Plato claimed. Other Mediterranean cities, including Cyprus and Sicily, have been offered as potential inspirations for Atlantis. Some experts believe these islands were home to ancient civilizations similar to Atlantis, albeit evidence is scarce. These suggestions, while intriguing, frequently fail to correspond completely with Plato's comprehensive geographical descriptions, leaving the issue unsolved. There are also further theories that place Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean, which gain traction. One of the most well-known places is the Bimini Road, an underwater rock formation discovered off the coast of the Bahamas. Some claim that this edifice is the remnants of an ancient civilization, possibly Atlantis itself. Skeptics claim that the formations are natural, not man-made. Theories linking the Bermuda Triangle to Atlantis abound, driven by reports of inexplicable disappearances in the area, but no credible evidence has been discovered. Another convincing theory involves the Azores Islands, a volcanic archipelago in the mid-Atlantic. Some feel this place fits Plato's description because it is far out in the Atlantic and may have been part of a larger continent before sinking due to a catastrophic event. While no clear indications of a sophisticated civilization have been unearthed, the Azores remain an area of interest in the quest for Atlantis. Natural disasters have long been a source of curiosity about Atlantis. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, and tsunamis are all conceivable causes for a civilization's rapid extinction, particularly in disaster-prone areas. Volcanic eruptions devastated ancient towns such as Pompeii and Thera, prompting some to believe that Atlantis met a similar end. Such cataclysmic disasters may have easily destroyed entire societies, leaving little trace. Another theory links Atlantis to the Younger Dryas event, a rapid cooling spell approximately 12,800 years ago that some scholars believe was caused by a comet impact. This event triggered major environmental changes, resulting in the loss of countless species and may be harming human civilizations as well. The Clovis comet hypothesis, which links a comet attack to the extinction of the Clovis culture in North America, implies that comparable disasters could have affected ancient civilizations all across the world, including Atlantis. The Atlantis story also has some validity because of flood beliefs from lots of cultures around the world. Catastrophic water-related disasters that wiped out entire civilizations are described in stories like the biblical flood in Noah's narrative or the ancient Mesopotamian flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Despite their differences in specifics, Plato's story of the destruction of Atlantis by water has themes in common with these stories. It suggests that the Atlantean myth may be a reenactment of an old memory of a great civilization being destroyed by a huge flood. The 19th century American author and politician Ignatius Donnelly reignited interest in Atlantis by claiming that it was a genuine, highly advanced society prior to the Maya and Egyptians. As per Donnelly's hypothesis in Atlantis, the antediluvian world, all ancient knowledge originated in Atlantis. It was a highly advanced civilization whose knowledge diffused throughout the world before disappearing. Even though Donnelly's theories were intriguing, they were not supported by science, yet they had a significant impact on how people now view Atlantis. His writings rekindled interest in Atlantis, portraying it as a lost period of human history rather than a myth. Writers like Graham Hancock have advanced similar theories in more recent years, suggesting that a highly developed society might have existed as long as 12,000 years ago. According to Hancock, a catastrophic catastrophe, like the Younger Dryas impact, an abrupt change in climate that may have been brought on by a comet, wiped out Atlantis or a comparable advanced culture. Despite being contentious and frequently disregarded by professional archaeologists, his work speaks to a larger ambition to unearth hitherto undiscovered periods of human history. Hancock's beliefs have added to the continuing discussion regarding vanished civilizations, despite the fact that they are generally regarded as pseudo-archaeology. The hunt for Atlantis now has fresh resources thanks to modern technologies. Today, explorers and academics examine the ocean floor for evidence using satellite images, oceanography, and sophisticated archaeological techniques. New problems still arise even after a number of discoveries disprove some well-known beliefs, such the Bimini Road or the notion that Atlantis was situated in Antarctica. Some academics suggest that Atlantis was never intended to be a physical location, but rather a strong metaphor for the emergence and destruction of civilizations. In this interpretation, Plato's story was about human nature rather than location. Atlantis, despite its wealth and power, succumbed to its own arrogance and greed, a reminder that unbridled ambition can lead to disaster. Plato may have used the story to deliver a lesson about the consequences of arrogance and the unavoidable fallout that follows with moral degradation. In this regard, Atlantis serves as a timeless reflection on human societies. It is a cautionary story about the fragility of even the most powerful civilizations, which, despite their achievements, can be destroyed by their own excesses. The novel explores philosophical concepts such as justice, virtue, and power dynamics. Plato's allegory is still studied today, not only as a historical riddle, but also as a profound remark on the cyclical cycle of human history. Many historians and philosophers feel Plato's account is about what Atlantis represents, rather than where it existed. The rise of empires, the corruption of power, and the eventual downfall of civilizations are all themes that have appeared throughout history. In this way, Atlantis is a mirror that reflects the fate of all great nations, a symbol of human ambition and its inherent hazards. The story of Atlantis has influenced contemporary popular culture in a big way, showing up in video games, movies, and novels. While Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire presented the legend to a new audience, Jules Verne's classic novel, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, introduced readers to an underwater planet that had captured their attention. These works, along with many others, have kept the concept of Atlantis alive in popular culture, combining imagination with the mystery of a long-lost civilization. Atlantis has also become a frequent theme in television productions, ranging from documentaries that investigate the true possibility of its existence to science fiction and fantasy series. DC Comics' Aquaman is based on the narrative, recreating Atlantis as a thriving underwater realm. Now here's the deal. The story of Atlantis still serves as a source of inspiration for imaginative narrative, transporting viewers to a realm where long-forgotten mysteries await discovery just beneath the ocean's surface. This story has also appeared in adventure novels and video games, where characters and gamers set out on missions to discover Atlantis' mysteries. Atlantis continues to be a compelling location for storytelling, offering anything from action-packed stories to intricate exploration games. Audiences all around the world are captivated by its unique fusion of mystery, adventure, and ancient wonder, which keeps the story fresh and captivating. Was Atlantis ever a place that we will uncover, or is it destined to live on as a powerful myth? Let us know what you think in the comments. If you're interested in mythology, don't forget to subscribe for more videos. See you in the next one.